Hello and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart, and this is my podcast. A podcast where I give my opinions on whatever I want. I can either be happy about, it can be something that I'm happy about, sad about, excited about. To be honest, it's stuff I'm mostly angry about, or whatever's pissing me off, or a lot of times I test out comedy material on this podcast. You know, if there's a topic that I want to talk out, I'll talk it out on the podcast, and eventually there'll be a joke about it on stage someday. Because I'm a stand-up comedian who lives in Vermont. If I didn't say that. You can email me, mctaggartattack@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at KevMcT, that's KEVMCT, or the first three letters of my first and last name combined together. You can also find the Facebook page for the McTaggart Attack podcast on Facebook. There. But yeah, my podcast is just basically my opinion on a lot of things, and trying to think of what to talk about today, but I think I've sort of talked about this before, or maybe I have, but I want to give it more attention in this episode today. And in this episode, I want to talk about, I think it's called cancel culture. Cancel culture. It's, according to Wikipedia, I had to look up cancel culture. Because I've heard it used in, like, shows and whatnot, and I'm just trying to read up on it, but it's also called call-out culture, or outrage culture. Is a form of public awareness that aims to hold individuals and groups accountable by calling attention to behavior that is perceived to be problematic, usually on social media. A variant of the term cancel culture describes a form of boycott in which someone, usually a celebrity, who has shared a questionable or unpopular opinion or has had behavior that is perceived to be offensive called out on social media is canceled. They are completely boycotted by many fans, often leading to massive declines in celebrities, careers, and fan bases. It's almost always social media personalities. So, example, like if I tweeted out something on my Twitter account that a lot of people found unpopular, and, you know, they would ask people to cancel me, to, like, unfollow me or whatever, or if I had, like, sponsors, they'd go to my sponsors and try to talk to them, you know, to try to get me canceled because my opinion didn't agree with their opinion. Oh my God. I mean, and it's like, it's not, this isn't like a conservative or liberal phenomenon. This is just from my perspective, from what I've been able to see, It's not, you know, conservatives or Republicans wanting people boycotted or canceled. I don't really see that many conservative people, Republican people asking for people to be canceled, oh, cancel this person. Let's not talk to them anymore. Let's not talk about them anymore because they disagree with my opinion. First of all, we're perfectly entitled to disagree with anyone's opinion. Are there repercussions sometimes? Sure. But it's just ridiculous that just because you don't like my opinion, you don't want to, you don't want to see me give my opinion anymore. Just because I disagree with you, I'm not entitled to give my opinion on anything anymore. That is so ridiculous. And it kills me that it appears to be liberals and progressives and millennials all into this whole cancel culture thing. I mean, I was tweeting with John Dennis on formerly of WEEI. He's on Twitter now. And do I agree with a lot of stuff that he tweets? No. He's a very conservative guy, and that's fine. And I'm not conservative. I'm getting there though. But it's just annoying to me that cancel culture exists. That outrage culture exists. I've seen this happen not in such big ways, but there have been local comedians that I know that people have had banned from several venues just because of the way this person acts towards people, which is fine and stuff, but it's sort of like a build off from that. And it just kills me that people who claim to be liberal or progressive don't act very liberal or progressive when it comes to cancel culture. Oh my God, my feelings were hurt. I want this person canceled because my feelings were hurt, because he hurt my feelings, because he said something that I just wholeheartedly disagree with, and no one else should have to hear his opinions ever again. And why? Because, it hurt my feelings. It's offensive. It's just so fucking ridiculous that cancel culture exists. And it's ridiculous that it's mostly done by people who claim to be liberal. Liberal. What's the definition of liberal? The definition of liberal. All right, gonna pull this up. Hold on a sec. I don't do much for research here, but liberal. Liberal is showing or characterized by broad-mindedness. Liberal is broad-mindedness, right? Liberal, yeah, open to new behavior or opinions and willing to discard traditional values, or concerned mainly with broadening a person's general knowledge and experience rather than with technical or professional training. It's just a person of liberal views. Liberal. It's just broad-minded. And it's people can have different fucking opinions. I can hate something. You can like something. And that's perfectly fucking okay. But just because you and I don't like the same thing doesn't mean I should be canceled. Just because you and I don't share the same beliefs doesn't mean I should be canceled. If you're a fucking liberal and you believe in cancel culture, you're a goddamn hypocrite. It's fucking disgusting that cancel culture exists. And it's even more disgusting that cancel culture is mostly performed by people who claim to be Democrat or liberal or progressive or whatever. How fucking progressive is that to not want people to have broad-minded opinions? Keep an open fucking mind about things. You know, and just because you disagree, just because I give it, you know, an opinion of someone, you know, doesn't mean I should be canceled. Like, there was that comedian who's been hired by NBC who said some racist shit on a podcast, and now people want him canceled. Like, shut the fuck up. I mean, honestly, he's acknowledged it. It's gone on. I mean, what, who the hell hasn't said something offensive in their fucking life? Who hasn't said something offensive? We've all said something offensive. We should all be fucking canceled. It's just ridiculous to me that this is a thing. We should all be goddamn canceled if that's the case. If we got rid of everybody who said something offensive, there'd be no one on the planet. No one would have a job. We'd all be unemployed because we all said something offensive. We all hadn't, because everybody's going to be offended by everything. No matter what happens, people are going to be offended. People are offended by whatever. And it's like we care more about the minority of people who are offended than the majority of people who just don't give a shit. And I don't know if that's exactly what cancel culture is. That's what I think cancel culture is. And I just think cancel culture is stupid. But it's fucking ridiculous. We need to do away with cancel culture. And it's just so goddamn hypocritical that liberals are the ones that seem to do it. When I say liberals, I'm saying progressives and Democrats as well, okay? So it's just, I'm not going to say those fucking words over and over again. It's almost as if liberals don't even know what the word liberal means anymore. Same for progressives. It's just fucking aggravating that, like, I go on social media and what's the top hashtags at the top all the time? Boycott this, boycott that, boycott this, boycott that. Shut the fuck up with the goddamn boycotts. Just don't watch it. If you're offended by something or you don't want to listen to something or whatever, don't fucking watch it. Don't boycott the goddamn show or whatever. I know I've talked about this before with the Jerry Callahan situation a few weeks ago, but like now I understand that it has a name to it. And cancel culture is fucking awful. Cause like, what happened? That Jerry Callahan thing, Kirk and Callahan, they talked about how a little kid shouldn't have a sex change operation. No, they shouldn't. No. You shouldn't do that until you're an adult. Until you know for sure. That is a life-altering, changing decision. And you're going to do it when you're 7? No. You're doing it because your parents want. You can make a goddamn decision when you're 7 years old. So that show got canceled. Basically because of that opinion. Because this guy who's a protester, activist, whatever guy, went to all the goddamn advertisers and they pulled all their advertising from that show. And then they got canceled. And that's how fucking cancel culture works. Just don't watch the fucking show. Don't listen to it. If you're offended by a show, don't listen to the show. Don't tell everybody else to not listen to it either. It's just, what the fuck? It's disgusting that's what people do on social media. And once again, it's not social media that's bad. It's the fucking idiots that use social media. Those people should be canceled. Those people should be canceled. The one who used social media to get other people fired, to lose their fucking jobs. Those are the stupid ass motherfuckers that should be canceled. There should be a new cancel culture where we go after these people that want other shit canceled. When they just can't get their head out of their ass and just don't watch the fucking show or follow the celebrity or whatever. Just leave them the fuck alone. Don't try to make them lose their goddamn job. There are other people that like those fucking opinions. And you want to be a goddamn douchebag and get it fucking rid of it because you don't like it? Don't watch it. Just go through the simple act of not fucking watching it. Instead of like trying to get it canceled because you don't like it. It's just fucking ridiculous. I'm sick of it. It's like, and I understand that it's a liberal democratic phenomenon, but I'm just like, it almost makes me not want to be a Democrat anymore. The fact that cancel culture is a fucking thing. And that's the bottom line if you smell what the McTaggart Attack podcast is cooking. I also have an Instagram account, McTaggart Attack, if you want to follow me on Instagram.